What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Man, come on in. Glad to be back in the studio again, guys, to let you guys know that I'm doing well. Seem to be doing well, as a matter of fact. Before I had a little issue with, I thought it was something with altitude and my right ear was closing and ringing, but it was something totally different. But it's good to be back in the studio again. And what are we talking about today? How proper uh, training from others can enhance your life. That's right. How proper training can enhance your life, my life, and everybody's life, and the people that surround you. So, what am I talking about today? Well, we as people, especially the American people, we need to get a grip on ourselves sometimes. We need to put our egos aside. We need to let other people help us in certain ways, right? Because when somebody else help guide you through life, it enhances your life, especially if you put down your ego and allow someone else to help guide you through your life. There are so many examples, guys, that I can tell you guys about that, especially in my personal life being a middle-aged man, right? But, today I can just give you just certain examples of what I'm talking about, give you certain stories of what I'm talking about. Anyway, there are people, and you may know a couple of people, and as a matter of fact, I'm sure you know a couple of people of what I'm about to describe to you in a second that fits in this criteria of this story. I know one person, right? This guy, this dude, right? He pretty much lived for trauma. You ever seen some people, mainly women, do this, but it's kind of like these days, both back and forth. You ever seen people, uh, well, both men and women, I should say. You ever seen people who they're so used to having negativity in their lives that that's all they know. And even if you come up with a solution, they do stuff to defeat themselves. Just inadvertently defeat themselves for no reason. You know, you try to come up with a solution to help them in their lives, and no matter what, they cannot, in their mind, let certain situations go. Especially when you give them A and B solution for their problems, they always find a way. Instead of making life simple, okay, they'll go another direction. And this is true, guys, and I know you guys seen this before. They'll go another direction, and to prove to you that their situations can't be fixed, even though you've experienced similar situations to them, and you heard what they have to say with the reason why they're in the predicament that they're in, and the reason why they continues to have problems that they have, and they still self defeat themselves. Well, anyway, I had a friend of mine, right? He used to always come to us with this problem. It was not just me, just other dudes in particular. And this is about 18 years ago. And he would always say, "Oh, I got this problem, man. Tim, I got this problem, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And I'm just going to keep putting money into this car." And we told him, first of all, they told him the car value was about $1,400. Okay. The whole total car. If he were to sell it on the market, he would probably get anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400 for this car. I know, man, but my auntie gave me 15 grand. 15 grand because She got money from a settlement from when her husband died, which was his uncle that passed away. And she knew that he just needed 15 grand, just period, in life. He was working at this little job, and she said, he had saved some money too, and shout out to him for saving. So I think all the total he had about 19 grand. And back then, in 2006 and 7, you can rent an apartment back then for $700 a month, $600, $500 a month back then. It wasn't outrageous like it is now, where the same damn apartment that he was renting is like, was $600. I think it was, yeah, $600 a month. Is now one bedroom, $1,600 a month, something stupid and crazy like that, and it's the same damn apartment complex. Anyway, so he was keeping up on his rent, and his lights, his phone, his cell phone, which was back then was a flip phone, and he had his little money to eat and go out and stuff, but he was working at a job, and I was thinking it was paying him like $15 an hour or something like that. And this was 2006, guys. And, he had this car that was just really getting him from A to B. Now, I've heard people say that my car get me from A to B. This dude car was an A to B car. And we told him, look, man, you need to just go and junk that car. You got 19 grand on you right now, which 15 was given to you by your auntie. Why don't you just go and get you a better quality car? As a matter of fact, they said that they'll take the trade and give you, I think it was $900 on a trade. Just go and trade it in, man, and get you a better quality car. Go to one of these dealerships and listen, guys. It's better, and this is my advice to you. This is Tim's advice to you. If you're going to get a used car, go to a dealership and get a quality used car. Don't go to those little side hustle places because you're going to have more problems than it's worth. See, when it's certified used cars, it's a reputation with these Toyotas and Volvos and all these major companies and Saturn and Saturn is out of business now, but all of these different places, Dodges and GMCs and all these different places, they got a reputation to hold. So they're going to make sure when they sell you a certified used car that, there's a backing warranty for up to a year or something like that. But anyway, so we told him where to go over there on Edgewood. And he went up there with us, and he saw a couple of cars that he had his eyes on, and a couple of used one that had some miles on them. I think one of them was 7 grand, and it was a sedan. It was a decent looking sedan, and I think it had about 70,000 miles on it or something like that. But it was only 7 grand. And we told him, look, man, just go on and drop the money on it. Or I think the guy would have taken 8 grand for it. That's what it was. He would have took 8 grand plus tax. And it was very clean. This was at a GMC dealership. And we told him, look, dude, this car here is the one. You can go out of town with it. It's got brand new tires on it, everything. Go ahead and take the 8 grand, buy the damn car, and just be gone. We can go out of town, dude, because, it's certified used. It's got 70,000 miles on it. They put it through the system. They just put a Cadillac converter on it. That's what it was. And, you straight, man. Oh, man, I don't know, man, I don't know, blah, 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 this and that. And I don't know, man, maybe I'll look. Okay, well, look around, brother. And this dude wound up getting to the point with this car. Put it this way. He would try to go out of town with this car. Go out. He was on this little, at this time it was before apps came out, it was on his little dating sites. and try to meet girls and stuff. And he would wind up having problems when he would go to South Florida, like Orlando and other places. And we tried to warn him about that, man. Look, you coming from Jacksonville, you meeting chicks at FSU campus, which is the other way, which is a long way. You meeting chicks in Orlando. By the time he got through riding around and repairing this car and still had to trash it and junk it because I think the engine caught on fire or something, he wound up spending $3,495 worth of all kinds of bullshit repairs before the engine just finally died and he had no other choice. So almost 4 grand. 4 grand he just gave away within 6 months when he could have put that 4 grand plus another 4 grand and he would have had a brand new car. And this is what I'm talking about. Everybody giving him the best advice and he appeared, I know, man. But you got sometimes people in life, they got to learn the hard ways. They got to learn things, simple things, and they got to learn it the hard way when the solution is right there in front of your face. The solution is looking you right there in the eye. And, I was watching Damon Wilson, great actor, great, very talented dancer. He's retired from Hollywood. He went into the ministry. And I heard what he said because I'm a big fan of both Red Fox and Damon Wilson. Shout out to Red Fox, may he rest in peace. And I have a strong love for Damon Wilson. He's a very talented man, even though he gave up showbiz. There was a question that was asked, even though he was real close, and he looked at Red Fox as a father figure on Sanford and Son, when all those tax evasions and when he died broke, and when they took all his home and stuff like that, right before Mr. Red Fox did that movie with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor back in '89, they took all of his possessions and stuff, his house, cars, and the interviewer asked Damon Wilson when he found out about it, he said, did you feel sorry for him? He said, no. He said, I didn't feel sorry for him. He said, because when you know what you're supposed to do years ahead before that, and you bucket and you consciously, subconsciously do ignorant things and don't take care of your business, and it goes on for years and years, and when stuff piles up and you have the money to take care of it and you're just stubborn, like Mr. Red Fox was, great comedian that I love to death, but when you're stubborn about taking care of you and handling your business, this is the stuff that happens. So why should I throw away good money into a person that's irresponsible and going to continue to be irresponsible? Let him learn the hard way. And besides, he's older than me. He's older to be my dad in real life. So why should I give that money away? And why should I feel sorry for him when everybody, including his accountant, warned him that this was going to come out? And that makes sense, Sometimes people got to crash and burn on their own, unfortunately. And that includes me, myself, and I sometimes, We're all subjected to learn from our mistakes, guys. But the most important thing is to get with people that's going to guide us in the right directions and to help us to enhance our life on a daily basis. And that's what life is all about, is, making sure that we can not only help other people, but help ourselves in our day-to-day struggles. So it won't be a struggle. You're going to have struggles in life, but to enhance your life, to make it better on a daily basis, you got to find the right solution. A lot of time God put that solution in front of you, but you got to have enough discernment to do the right thing with it, right? Okay, guys, I think I talked enough. Um, I'm going to bring this subject up again once I start streaming live. Can't wait for that, guys. Cannot wait for that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring up a lot of subjects again once I start streaming live. The reason why I want to do that is because I want to hear you guys' opinions and your views on certain things and certain issues. So it will be a part two to this, as well as other subject matters that I've had in the past. But for now, I want to say happy Tuesday, happy Taco Tuesday, happy love to everybody that was listening and will listen to this show that I put together today. But in the meantime, guys, go ahead and let yourselves out while I meditate on what I just talked about today. Make sure you pull that door too so no flies and critters won't come in. And remember, I'm not just Tim. No, I'm not. But I am Tim's on demand. Oh my. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. Good to be back in the studio again. Tomorrow's a brand new day. You guys continue to pray for me. Also pray for my goddaughter who's in the hospital right now. And I love her very, very much. And little baby girl, you just get well, okay? Because your dad is looking out for you, okay? But in the meantime, you guys have a fantastic afternoon, evening, and a good night. And I'll catch you on the next one.